Check out these massive floats at one of Japan's biggest summer festivals.
Standing at 9 meters wide, 7 meters deep, and 5 meters high, you can see them at the Aomori Nebuta Matsuri.
So, these floats are called Nebuta, and this festival takes place in Aomori Prefecture. It is actually the northernmost prefecture of Japan after Hokkaido.
But whereas Hokkaido has the biggest winter festival in Japan, the region right below it is home to some of Japan's biggest summer festivals. And that's why we're heading for Japan's northeastern region, also known as Tohoku. But we're not just going to one festival, because in this 3-day trip, we're going to all 3 of Tohoku's greatest summer festivals. Because that's right, all 3 actually take place in the same week. But first things first, in this video, we're going to introduce all about the Aomori Nebuta Matsuri, starting with how to actually get there, its history, and what exactly makes it the top 3 biggest festivals in Tohoku. So stay tuned for our next 2 videos on our exciting festival journey. And hit the like and subscribe button for more information on the underrated regions of Japan. So you might have guessed that considering the distance, you'll need to take the bullet train or Shinkansen to get to Tohoku from Japan's major cities. A Shinkansen ticket to Tohoku can cost up to 20,000 yen, or around $130 for a one-way ticket. Expensive, right? That's why you should buy the JR East Pass. It basically covers the entire train journey between Tokyo, Aomori, and other major cities in the Tohoku region. In fact, the Tohoku festival trip is the one itinerary that makes the best possible use of this pass. As long as you hold a foreign passport, you can buy it for a one-time payment of 30,000 yen, which is roughly $200 US. And then you're free to travel as many times as you want on both the Shinkansen and the local trains, as long as it's operated by the JR East Railway Company. The pass is valid for a period of 5 days, starting from the date of your choice. Note that they must be consecutive days though. You can purchase this ticket online through the official JR East website. But remember that you still need to get a physical version of this ticket once you get to Japan. Just visit a JR East travel service center at a major station like Shinjuku or Ueno. Then show your passport and the QR code or reservation number to get your paper ticket. Now that you have your pass, let's get going to our destination. To get to Aomori from Tokyo, take the Tohoku Shinkansen from Tokyo Station to Shin Aomori Station. This will take 3 hours and 10 minutes. Remember, the Shinkansen does not actually take you to Aomori Station, which is where the festival takes place. Instead, it drops you off at Shin Aomori Station. No worries though, because Shin Aomori is only 1 stop away from Aomori Station by local train. Just hop on the orange O line heading for Aomori and sit tight for 5 minutes. Then from Aomori Station is only a 10-minute walk to the festival parade route.
Oh, but if you're confused about how trains in Japan work, check out our other video on Tokyo's train system.
They might be different cities, but rest assured, because once you understand how to read the different symbols, you'll be able to understand the system anywhere throughout Japan. Oh, and this might be a given, but do try to book a hotel as early as possible. Of course, you'd probably like to stay near Shin Aomori or Aomori Station, so you won't have to travel far from and to the festival venue. But like we said though, it is a week when all 3 of Tohoku's biggest festivals take place. Not to mention, that week usually coincides with not 1, but 2 holidays. School holidays, and the nationwide Obon holidays when families return to their hometowns. So, long story short, we tried booking a hotel 3 weeks in advance, but the prices in Aomori were already sky high by then. That's how we ended up with a hotel near Morioka Station. Morioka Station is another 50 minutes from Shin Aomori Station by Tohoku Shinkansen. But since we'll be traveling to other cities on our Tohoku festival trip anyway, this actually puts us closer to our next destination. But more on that one in our next video. The festival attracts over 20,000 participants and 3 million visitors each year. To get a picture of how many people this is, the famous Sapporo Snow Festival attracts 2 million visitors, nationwide and internationally. Again, this makes the Aomori Nebuta Matsuri not only the biggest Nebuta festival, but also one of Japan's biggest summer festivals. In 1980, the festival was designated an important intangible folk cultural property. Needless to say, the festival is now known as the symbol of Aomori. So the Aomori Nebuta Festival takes place every year from the 2nd of August to the 7th. Good news is you'll be able to see the Nebuta float parade on any day within this period. Just note that more floats will be paraded in the early days of the festival. The parade route is a 5-minute walk from JR Aomori Station and is 3 kilometers long. You can already see the floats before the parade at Asera Land. It's 10 minutes away from Aomori Station and is near the waterfront. If you want to see the floats from previous festivals, drop by the Nebuta Museum Watase, only a 2-minute walk from the station. So, you may have noticed that many Nebuta take the shape of animals, humanoid characters, or fantastical creatures. Because Nebuta actually takes inspiration from Japan's history, mythology, and traditional theater, sometimes even historical TV dramas. This makes for some truly epic battle scenes. Whilst they're definitely the main attraction, it's not just the floats that make the Aomori Nebuta Matsuri one of the most exciting summer festivals in Japan. Expect to see people not only pushing the floats, but even spinning them around at high speeds. They're also accompanied by dancers and musicians. The dancers are called haneto, who wear colorful costumes and cheer rassera rassera as they bounce to the beat of the music. The music itself comes from flutes, cymbals, and traditional Japanese taiko drums. Unlike the grand stories that inspired the shape of the Nebuta, the origins of the festival remain uncertain. There are many theories, but the most widely accepted one is that it is derived from yet another iconic Japanese festival, the Tanabata Matsuri. If so, then the Aomori Nebuta Matsuri has a history of 1,200 years, or more. Because the Tanabata festival came to Japan from China sometime in the 8th century. It celebrates the reunion of two lovers who are only able to meet for one day, on the day of the Tanabata festival every year. Over time, the Tanabata festival is combined with local customs, like the lantern floating event. This is apparently what inspired the grand lantern floats people around the world know and love today. Coincidentally, one of Tohoku's 3 biggest festivals is the Tanabata festival. The Sendai Tanabata Matsuri takes place in Sendai, Miyagi Prefecture, and is the biggest of its kind. So again, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for our Tanabata video. Now, back to the Nebuta Matsuri. So, who actually makes the Nebuta? Well, they are called Nebutashi, or literally Nebuta Masters. But even though the festival takes place only once a year and lasts for only a week, the Nebuta Master actually works year-round. Because when one festival ends, planning for next year's design begins. By winter, the first draft of the design is usually completed. This includes detailed parts like the face, arms, and the legs. By May, the entire structure will have been constructed out of wooden wires. This is followed by the installation of the light bulbs. The structure is then covered with traditional Japanese paper. Patterns may then be drawn and painted in vibrant colors. And before you know it, it's festival season all over again. If you ever wanted to join in on a festival parade, this is your chance. Because the Aomori Nebuta Matsuri lets you do just that. But how exactly? Well, Just wear the designated costume and start dancing. No reservations, no sign-up sheet. Just jump straight in from the starting point. Yes, it's that easy to be part of one of the liveliest Japanese festivals ever. But it's easier still to get your costume. It's available for rent and sold in many stores throughout the city. At the very least, you can find an entire street of them along the parade route. Moreover, you can buy them for quite reasonable prices. You can get a full set for about 10,000 yen, and as cheap as 4,000 for a rental. You basically need to wear 3 things. 1. A white robe. 2. Bells to make your dancing all the more lively. And 3. Last but not least, colorful straps to be tied around your waist and shoulders, which you can mix and match for some personal flair. With so many floats, you can easily spend 3 hours just watching the parade. Unfortunately for us, we are on a bit of a tight schedule. So, after only 2 hours of being entranced by the floats, it's time to head back to the station if we want to make it to our next stop in the trip.
Make sure to like and share this video if you'd like to visit the Aomori Nebuta Matsuri, and subscribe and hit the notification bell to instantly know when we release part 2 of our Tohoku Festival series. Comment down below if you know which festival we're visiting next.
Here's a hint. We're going down to Akita Prefecture, and Akita is famous for demons, the fluffy Akita dog, and yet another exciting festival known for its huge scale.